Hey everybody, this is Kirsten here. Welcome back to the next episode of the Balanced Vibes podcast. Today's topic is why weight gain is normal. And this is what we're going to talk about today. And this episode is inspired by a conversation with somebody who went through a process of weight gain because she had been previously under eating and really beating her body up big time with lots and lots of workouts, and just gotten herself to a place where her body was not really responding anymore to anything she was trying to do. She was feeling depleted, she was feeling exhausted, hormones were definitely very obviously out of whack. So the only thing she had to do, or the only option she had left, was to start eating a little bit more. And this is what I refer to as the build up phase, which is something that I have talked about a lot in this podcast. And also, it is known as the reverse diet. Probably reverse diet is the more common phrase that you have may come across, but I like to call it the build up phase because it really illustrates or like really helps you understand what this is about. It's about building your body up again, building up your strength, building up your hormones, building up your resiliency, and all that. So this is why I like to call it the build up phase. So this person had to go through this phase. As a result, like I mentioned, she had been doing a lot of dieting, calories were really, really low, and she wasn't doing so great. And what she did was that she enrolled in my metabolic reset program. She did everything herself. So this is my self-paced reverse dieting program, essentially. So if you want to get it, I put it in show notes. But she did all that, did it very, very successfully. Literally restored her health, was feeling so much better, is still feeling so much better, increased her calories massively. So I think she started from around 1400, and at the end of the program, she was eating like 2200, 2300. But then there was a day where she got really, really discouraged because of some comments that she got from her doctor. So this is basically what I want to talk about today, but also to give you some other episodes to listen to, which I think are really valuable if you want to understand the whole process of building up a little bit better. I'm going to give you a couple of resources that I have. So the first one, which is one of my most popular podcast episodes, is episode number 138. It's called How to Boost, Increase, and Improve Your Metabolism. And you can find it in the show notes as well as the YouTube description. I also did a metabolism mini-series last year in 2021. I'm going to put the link for that as well. So there's 7 little videos. They're not very long at all, but we'll cover basically what a reverse diet is and when you need it. And one of the more recent ones is episode number 170, which is lost weight but look the same. So this is where I also talk about the build-up phase and what it is and what it's for and why you may have to do this, especially if you are that person who is over dieted. Okay, so now let's continue to talk about this example that I want to share with you today. So basically this woman, she reached out and she said, hey, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing right now. I kind of freaked out because I had a doctor's appointment and I had gained a little bit of weight. And my doctor told me that now I have to go back to 1500 calories or maybe 1800 calories at most if I work out a lot at the same time and we get my scale moving again. And she was really, really discouraged because obviously she had made such big progress. She was feeling so much better than ever before. She has shared her progress a lot on social media. I can tell that she's really proud of herself, and I'm very proud of her because it does take a good amount of courage to go against the mainstream advice of like eating less and less and less. And she had recovered. She has a much better relationship with food. She's saying that I can even like have a glass of wine or eat some pizza, the things that she never allowed herself to do before. And now she goes to doctor's appointment and she hears that she should be cutting her calories back down to 1500, which is pretty much where she maybe started at. And this is for most women to maintain their weight. It's very low calories. This is not how you should be doing this. The 1800, 1700, 1600 might be a deficit calorie for you, but it should not be something that you do all the time ongoing. And honestly, when I heard this advice that you have to go back to 1500 calories, it really pissed me off. It really did, because she had worked so hard and just getting this kind of advice to me sounds completely irresponsible. And I know that a lot of people trust doctors, and the doctor said so, though, so that's how it should be. But let me tell you, doctors don't get much education on nutrition at all. If you're listening to this and you disagree, and you have more education, or you have a really great doctor who knows a lot about nutrition, or you are that doctor who has a lot of knowledge about nutrition and knows much more than most of them, then I think this is amazing and this is great. I'm glad you have done the work, or that your doctor is really awesome if they are so awesome. But most of them actually don't have much education on that at all. And you may have heard it too, that sometimes people go to doctors and all the advice they ever get is eat 1,200 calories and do more cardio. This is a real thing. I've heard that this is the advice they get, because this is like almost like should be quote unquote common sense, right? Cut more calories, cut more, and just exercise more. But this is so unhealthy for your body. This is so unhealthy for your metabolism, for your organs, for your liver, for your thyroid. And that's why you start feeling like shit. This is just how it is. And yeah, it just really pissed me off. And I understand her reaction too. She was thinking that she's doing the right thing. She was feeling happy, and now there's a person who she respects, and who was maybe helped her with some other issues, is now telling her that it's time to go back to eating low calories. And now this woman who had done this build up phase, she does actually have a fat loss goal. But it is very important that if you come from that really low calorie place, then you build your calories back up. You do the build up phase, aka the reverse dieting, and then you stay there for at least 4 months. I recommend that this is the minimum, that you stay there at your maintenance calories. And your maintenance calories should be, for most people, at least 2,000. Most women, at least 2,000. So in her case, it was 2,300. And she should stay there for at least 4 months, and actually encourage her to stay even longer, because the more you can kind of build up some reserve, the better place you have later to cut from. And so she got this advice when she was only maybe a month into her maintenance, and now she was like, oh my goodness, should I start cutting again? And I tried to calm her down. I said, hey, let's not rush this thing. You're doing everything right. You're doing well. See how far you have come. See how you're feeling. And she was like, yes, okay, I get it. So I'm going to be patient, and I'm going to stay here for another total of 4 months at least. And of course, then she can do a fat loss if she wants to. But like I've said a million times by now in this podcast, fat loss phase is just a phase. It's not lifestyle. It's not what you do always. It's not that you're eating 1,400 calories for 3 years. This is not how it looks like. Fat loss phase is designed to be short and sweet. This should be, if you want to do it the right way, if you want to sustain the results and not wear out your metabolism, not kill your thyroid, not cause a lot of damage to your liver, because who knows, maybe you cut your carbs too low, and your liver has to deal with that too. And the stress, it's just too much. So if she wants to do a cut later, she can, but she's going to have to keep it short and sweet and not stay at like 1,500 calories, what she was recommended to by her doctor. So yeah, this is a big one. I really wanted to address that. And the other half of the episode that I really want to also share is that the scale even isn't the most important thing about your health. And I'm sure you already know this, but I wanted to illustrate also with one of my other clients' case study. So basically this woman, and this is a different person now, but I just thought it will go really well in this episode. So she came to me in March 2021, and she wanted to lose weight. And of course, she didn't know either that she has been undereating, that she has been undereating. And this is a very, very common thing. Women just don't know, because they think that being in a chronic calorie deficit is the norm. Like, this is what we do, right? This is how women live. That's just a fact. And that's a sad fact. But that's how it is. So she came to me, she was eating about 1,600 calories, and she had tried keto on and off. She was running a lot. Her back was hurting from too much running. And she just was not feeling great. And I quickly realized that this is not a place for fat loss. And we did the same thing. So we did the build up phase, the same thing that I tell you about all the time, build up phase, aka reverse diet. And the goal was, as it always is with build up, to get the body back to balance after she had done all the keto, after she had been eating low calories, after she had been doing just very catabolic workouts, which catabolic means like tearing down, right? Like running is, versus anabolic, which is more like building muscle with weightlifting. So she had been doing very much very much like a catabolic workouts, running, eating low calories, eating a keto style. And then we started to build up. So we increased her calories. We eventually got them to about 2,100. And then she stayed there for about 4, I think even 5 months. And after that, she was ready for fat loss, which we started in March this year. And now this year, we started in March, and during the past 4 or 5 months, she has lost body fat, which was her goal. She's down 20 inches total. So this is pretty good, right? Isn't it? For those who are using the metric system, this is half a meter. That's a lot, okay? And now to the very important part, and that might be surprising for a lot of people. Her scale weight is actually 4 pounds higher than when she first came to me, when she was eating low calories and was eating low carbs and running a lot. So let me say this again. Her scale weight right now is about 4 pounds higher versus when she came to me, doing lots of cardio, eating low calories, eating low carb. So you might be thinking, what the hell? What have you been doing? Like, your coaching is not working. Why is she heavier? But here's the thing. So her measurements are 20 inches down. Don't forget about that. 20 inches down or half a meter down. Then what did she gain? What is that gain on the scale? And this is muscle gain, right? She has gained muscle. So should we then worry about the scale? Should we then go back to keto? Should we maybe throw in a little bit of intermittent fasting to get the weight down? I hope that you understand that I am being sarcastic here and just like joking, because there's no way that we're going to do that, because this is not just about weight loss. So let me give you some examples where she has lost those inches. She has lost it from her chest, her belly button, and the smallest part of her waist. Thighs have gone a little bit down as well. And her clothing size, she fits in size 4 now versus before when she was lighter. And when she was doing all the keto and low carb and running, she used to wear 8 to 10 then. And for a second, she said she was even 12. So let me say this again so that it's really clear. She used to do low carb, low calorie, lots of running. She was lighter, but she used to wear clothes 8 to 10 size, right? And now she's eating higher calories, and she's still in fat loss phase, yes, but we're not doing low carb or anything. She's only lifting weights. She's 4 pounds heavier, and then she's fitting in clothing size 4. So you see that these 4 pounds, it's not fat gain, it's muscle gain. She has lifted weights consistently for three days a week. There were a couple of periods when she didn't lift because life got in the way, and this happens to most people, but she did stay consistent for the most part. And this is, I think, a really great example of how the scale weight really shouldn't get all the attention and all the importance, right? Look at your measurements too. Look at your before and after pictures. I always recommend that you take those. And also notice how you're feeling. It's 100%. I can guarantee you that when you come from that really low carb, low calorie, overtrained place, now increasing your calories and then doing the weight loss the right way, you are feeling so much better. Your hormones are probably so much better. Recovery is better. Your sex drive is higher. Your skin is better. Like, your digestion is better. Everything's better. Everything's literally better. And this is just really amazing to see. And if a person is able to let go of that scale addiction, and if she's able to see all the non-scale wins, then this is just great, and this is really a healthy thing to do. So I really want you to realize that the number on the scale really isn't the most important marker of your progress, even if your doctor says that it is, even if your doctor tells you that you have to go down to like 15 or 1,200 calories to hit a certain weight. But what's the use of this weight if you just lose the weight, but you also lose a lot of muscle, if you do it in a totally unreasonable way, if you cannot keep it off and it just feels like a bunch of struggle all the time? I don't think you want that. I don't want this for you. So I hope this was helpful for you. I really like to hear your thoughts on that. Please make sure to join my free Facebook group. It's called Fit and Fueled, and you'll find the link everywhere in the show notes and also in the YouTube description. Also, if you're interested in working with me, I do take on new clients right now. So the short application is also in the show notes and in the description. And once you fill out the application, I will get back to you and we schedule our Zoom call to talk about our plans, how I can help you, what you want to get out of it, and how it all is going to look like. So let me know if you need any help with any of that. I can't wait to hear your feedback. Thank you so much, and see you again soon. Bye-bye.